Hey there. Everyone's talking about Claude 3.5 Sonnet, so I thought I'd take it for a spin. So this is what we get when we load up Claude. And let's go to apple.com. I've already saved a screenshot of the Mac page, and we're going to get Claude to try and generate the HTML and CSS. Please generate code based on the following UI screenshot. Let's see how it goes. So something that I noticed about Claude already is that it's a lot faster than ChatGPT 4.0 as far as the streaming response speed. So that's a great start already. So now we're going to create a new HTML file and we'll just call it example. And let's see how it went. All right, so not completely accurate to the original screenshot, but you can see that it's created the top menu here, and it hasn't actually done this menu here. So it's MacBook Air and MacBook Air New. It's got this banner though. It's got the rough, well, it's got the grey background color for the banner here. This is a little bit inaccurate. And I like that it's got the big, bold font here for Mac. So if we have a look at the HTML, you know, basic structures here, and you know, there's a bit of room for improvement long term, but it's a great starting point of just kind of getting the skeleton of the app and whatnot done. Now let's try asking ChatGPT the same thing. So I'll drag this into ChatGPT and let's ask it exactly the same query. So what did I say? Please generate code based on the following UI screenshot. All right. Yeah, so ChatGPT feels a bit sluggish in comparison now. It's still writing the code. Yeah, it's a lot slower. All right, so it's separated the CSS into a separate file. All right, let's do the same thing with this. So we'll do example ChatGPT, and then we'll grab the CSS, and this will be, hang on, right, and then we save that as example. Oh, I think they call it styles.css. So let's just, yeah, cool. All right, let's see how that went. So example ChatGPT. All right, so it got the centering a little bit better, although I think it's missed the two menus. So we have the main menu, but again, it kind of missed this second carousel here. And it's kind of missed the fact that this was a white background with black text. But, you know, it still has the bold font and all that. So, yeah, interesting. Still room for improvement with both of these. But, you know, interesting to see the results that they generate. So let's try something different, such as let's ask it to generate a list of products in SwiftUI to display in a table view. And I'll ask the same question to ChatGPT. Again, so fast. So this has generated some good SwiftUI code here with some demo Apple products. We've got ID, name, category, price. That makes sense. Let's see what ChatGPT did. So it did something quite similar. It's gone apple, banana, cherry. Okay. I'd say Claude is a little bit better as far as the context there. Yeah, interesting. So Claude added a category, ChatGPT didn't, but you know, they do the similar thing where they create an array of those products, and then we have this SwiftUI, we have a navigation view. Yep, that's the same. List, products, horizontal stack, or V stack here. Then name, then a horizontal stack. So both of them are fairly similar there. And both of them have a bit of an explanation there. And let's try something different. So I've been wanting to learn about the CloudKit API that Apple provides. So can you tell me how web authentication is handled in Apple's CloudKit? It's SDK, I think, really. And let's ask Claude the same question. So this is, oh, I don't have access to the most current documentation. Interesting. All right, so ChatGPT has given me a little bit more to go with here. Authenticate user. Right, yeah, so a bunch of different alternatives. But the interesting thing is I was playing with Claude earlier in the day and it actually gave me a much more detailed response. So I wonder if I can bring that up. Previous chats from today. Exploring Sonnet's APIs. So yeah, I asked a similar question. How does authentication work in CloudKit on web? And I got this response here. So this is a lot more detailed. It talks about anonymous access and authenticated access. Gave me some example JavaScript code, which was useful, and some useful tidbits like users must have an Apple ID to use CloudKit on the web. And did it mention something about Android as well? I feel like web. Oh yeah, here we go. It added for desktop, for Windows or Linux, you'll need to use CloudKit web services. So that was an interesting tidbit that it put in there. So let's do this exact query to ChatGPT. So ChatGPT comes with a few more instructions for how to get it set up initially. And then this is some Swift code. So I was more asking about the website. Well, I guess desktop is Swift. Right, yeah, so that's the desktop side. And then setting up CloudKit for web. Some demo code here. Doesn't mention the authentication stuff that Claude mentioned about the unauthenticated and authenticated modes. I can't see anything here specifically about that, but you know, some useful information here. So I'm out of free queries for Claude for the time being. You can see lots of really cool use cases across the web, like creating a snake game using Claude and a whole bunch of other scenarios. I think you know, these models still have a way to go before they'll be generating usable website code, but it's good to see the competition is continuing in both of these different apps. See you in the next video.